Hey guys, what's up? This is Campo and welcome back to my channel. And I'm going to be posting a few war videos this season. I'm not going to be doing every single war, but I have kind of changed to being mostly the Path 5 person this season, which is a new path for me. And I mostly made this decision because I wanted to try out some new champions that weren't Quake, basically. So the first fight here is Ebony Maw, and he does benefit from the high ground tactic. And I really didn't want to bring Torch because this was the only fight that I would have had to use him for. But I just think he so perfectly counters this. So I got the reparry at the very beginning, was able to knock him down so that I get the passive fury as well as stop his whatever they call it, his little timer that leads to the missing. And yeah, I did use the pre-fight, and I will just say, if you notice at the very beginning of the video, it's really important to always quit out of the pre-fight screen and come back in there to make sure that the pre-fight actually goes. So things are getting a little dicey. I know he has Mystic Dispersion, so he's going to be gaining power when I get rid of this dexterity buff. Now he's over 2 bars of power. I decided to throw that special 2 and just hope that he dies from the rest of the Nova Flames. And if he threw the special 2, the power stings would kill him. And fortunately, even without the damage bonus, this 5-star Human Torch was able to take care of business there. So I do think that I could have brought a counter for one of the mini bosses, but just to be safe, Ebony Maw is one of the most annoying defenders right now with this new tactic, and I thought I better hard counter him. So next up, same node where you need to knock them down to get the passive fury, and we've got Daredevil Hell's Kitchen. And anytime I see skill champions like this who have the ability to shrug, I just bring Apoc for this path. I think he is just very reliable and kind of turns off anything that might be tricky. So it's definitely not going to be a short fight, but as you can see, his ability to avoid the purification of his debuffs in this case is pretty OP. And anytime I see someone like, Kingpin or Daredevil or Moleman or one of those types of characters, even without the cable synergy, just the ability to have the non-shrug ability pretty much makes it worth it to bring Apocalypse for me. And then, I will sort of ramp him up in the quest. So at this point, I need to knock him down again to get the protection off. I decided to go for the special 2 first. No particular order. I figured that a special 1 and a special 2 would kill him, so I decided to go in that order, and it still took less than a minute. So yeah, if you can fit Apocalypse on the team, and you see those annoying skill champions, there's really nothing to it. So those first 2 fights, I chose to counter the champions themselves. And the decision making of my team also had to do with this Moleman, because I knew that Apocalypse could take him as well. And then we're going to see at the end of this video why I decided to bring Elsa Bloodstone as well. So with this fight, we are also going to be leaning on Apocalypse's ability to not have his debuff shrugged, and we're going to try to land some intercepts. So right there, that was just kind of a lucky intercept where he dashed right at me as I was dashing to him. So I am able to do a little bit of damage here. There is a slight worry on my part that I would time out in this fight, because when he does have the protection up, Apocalypse is going to be barely doing any damage. So that's really the only concern I have in this fight. And as you can see, the way I'm trying to do my intercepts is to backdraft and then throw a light attack. Because if I do throw a medium attack, there's always the potential for him to do something funky like light intercept me or hold his block. And if I do hit his block, it's going to be a little bit of a problem because he will go unstoppable. So at this point, he has the protection up, so I'm basically doing no damage. I'm thinking in my head, I kind of want to save this special 2 for having the damage, but there he doesn't charge me at all, so that didn't work. But fortunately, it didn't get me punished. I did send him into frenzy, which is a bit of a concern. If he hits me, he's going to be critting on every hit. Now I'm at my special 3. I was not able to get off that big special 2. I'm still trying to figure out a way to intercept this guy. At this point, I may have been in better shape to just do whatever damage I could. So I try again here, and once again, he kind of delays. I'm not really sure what's going on there, but he does hit me pretty hard. He puts a couple bleeds on me. And, you know, once again, tried to intercept there, did not go well. So I am really buckling down here, and I need to just play this thing safe for the rest of the time. This is definitely one of the issues with the node, is that trying to find those openings for intercepts can punish you like that. So I'm looking at the clock. I'm mildly concerned about the time. If I don't land another intercept, I have the potential to time out here, so that even though I can control the fight and slow play it, I had a pretty bad start to the fight. Finally, he goes into my light attack there, and now we're able to throw off this big special 1, which is just what I had ready at the time. And in my head, landing that special 1 was enough for me to know that this fight was going to be finished. So now I don't really have to worry about anything. It's all just about trying to finish the fight any way I can, even with the limited damage that I have. You'll notice, like about 10 seconds ago, I did try another backdraft and light, and he didn't play into it. So yeah, I mean, he's a mildly annoying character to fight here. But I am very glad that I brought Apocalypse, because he's allowing me to get all these openings with parry that, you know, perhaps another champ wouldn't have. So, you know, I could have brought in Archangel, but he was only a rank 5, 5-star. So if I made a mistake, it would have been much more costly. And when you boost up someone like Apocalypse, he just has so much HP that even though I made some pretty terrible mistakes, I was able to finish the fight. And I did know that this would be the last fight I was taking with Apocalypse. So yeah, quite a lot of hits there, but Apocalypse is done for the day. So I was most excited about the next 2 fights, which I brought in Elsa Bloodstone for. So this Rhino obviously is a little bit of a problem to intercept, because he has the unstoppable on his charge. Now I did throw an invulnerability boost, because Elsa is able to intercept Rhino by using her like counter evade thing on a well-timed block. However, occasionally he is going to continue to charge at you, and other times he's going to not charge at you. So it's a little bit tricky. He also has Mighty Charge, which I could have done a little bit better job reparrying, but I was focusing on some other things on the fight, so my reparries weren't really good. So I'm going to attempt to do the counter evade, and as you can see there, that was what I was talking about. He went unstoppable and just kept charging forward. But that was one of the reasons that I popped the invulnerability boost, because I figured that would happen at some point. And as you can see, I basically didn't take damage, and I was able to unleash a big special attack when I had the damage bonus. And kind of like with the Apocalypse fight, I just needed to know that I was going to have a few openings when I had the Fury, so that I was going to be able to do enough damage to get the fight down in 5 minutes, because she's still, you know, hitting relatively hard even when the protection is up. But we just need to, you know, get a couple key moments of the fight where we're doing as much damage as possible, and then we know it's going to be fine. So I'm looking, it's only been 1 minute and 10 seconds, and I know that if I play this extremely conservatively, I'm going to be fine. And I am trying to save a little bit of health, because I do need to go up against this Void right after him. So kind of in summary, the first time that I tried to do a counter evade on a well-timed block, it led to me getting hit in the face, but I did have the invulnerability boost to help me out there so that I didn't take any damage. And then the second time I did one of those counter evade things, it actually worked in my favor, where he backed up after, so I was able to get the Fury bonus, and I didn't get punished in the face, which was quite nice, if I would say so myself. So at this point, as you can see, I've just left the protection up. That was a light attack, so it didn't count as an intercept, but she did plenty damage even with that protection to just get him down the rest of the way. So that's going to be the end of the Rhino fight. He was only a 5-star, so he didn't worry me too much, but I still boosted up to make sure that I had enough health to get through this void. And you know, as you know from my channel in the past, I really think that Elsa Bloodstone is like one of the best hard counters for void that there is in the game. I just think that, you know, compared to someone like Moleman, who only gets 20 debuff shrugs per match, she basically has unlimited shrugging of all of his non-damaging debuffs, and in this case she has the ability to do her counter evade to get the intercepts when he charges at you with a medium. So as you can see right there, we do the first counter evade, that counts as an intercept. We have the Fury up, we're already doing amazing damage. I don't really have to worry about my combo meter at all because this Petrify that's going to hit me and that Armor Break are just going to shrug, and who cares. Once again, we get the intercept by just, you know, well-timed blocking. Like, what a great ability. It's like an automatic intercept for all of these nodes that require you to intercept. That time I'm able to cross 30 hits at the perfect time so that I purify that debuff. At this point I barely lost any health and he's already almost down. Bait that special 2. I do want to try to unleash this special 2 when I have the intercept node up. So once again, I let the fatigue go on me because who cares? It's Elsa, she's going to shrug it, and I do my counter evade, unleash a big special 2, and that pretty much gets him down, and I'm going to be able to finish him right there. So once again, rank 3 Elsa has been one of my favorite decisions, and I've used her in a multitude of cases. And now that I'm on path 5 primarily for my alliance, it's actually pretty exciting that I may be able to bring her in when I see champs like that. So anyway, that's all I have for this war video. I only did those 5 fights on my path. Unfortunately, we did end up losing this war. We have a little bit of work to do, but I am slowly learning this path and who the counters are, and looking forward to posting a couple more videos for you guys in the future. Thanks for checking it out, and I'll catch you next time.